All right, let's talk virtue ethics. And to do that, we got to kick it old school and go all the way back to Uncle Aristotle. You'll remember that we looked at Socrates and Plato and Aristotle and their different ideas about the way that reality is structured and the ways that things are and how we come to have knowledge about the way that things are. And it was Aristotle's ideas about the way that things are that actually serves as kind of a launching point for his ethics. It begins with his observation that all the things that exist seem to possess a telos. And what he means by telos is a design or a purpose. Now, what he doesn't mean by this is divine design. He doesn't mean that you can look at the things that exist and then deduce from their features some divine intention or some divine cosmic purpose for the way that things are. Instead, he simply means look at something like an ink pen. And you can look at the way that it is, and you can deduce the kinds of things that it's good for. So if it's a dry erase marker, we know that the way it is makes it good for writing on whiteboards. It may be good for using as a paperweight because it has a little bit of heft to it, and it'll prevent the paper on our desk from being blown away by the wind. But the way that a dry erase marker is makes it not very good for doing things like transporting me from one location to another. When I need to build a fence in my backyard, I'm not reaching for the dry erase marker to nail the nails into the wood because the way that a dry erase marker is doesn't make it very good for those types of things. He would extend this kind of thinking to something like a dog. And he'd say, well, the way a dog is, and its uniqueness from the ink pen, the way that a dog is also makes it good for some things. The way that a dog's temperament is, the way that a dog is loyal and attentive and obedient makes dogs really good at providing human companionship. The fact that they're able to bark and see well in the dark and hear really well makes them really good at providing things like security. Some dogs are really good at performing particular tasks like herding. It's just a part of their DNA and the way that they are. Now, what Aristotle would do is he'd go one step further than this, and he'd say, not only does this dog have some sort of features in it that make it good for some things and not good for other things, this dog has a potential to become kind of the best dog it could be. It has this potential to fully realize its telos. Okay, so if we give this dog the right set of conditions, this dog will be the best possible dog it could be. So if we give it the right diet, if we give it the right lifestyle, if we give it the right environment, we know what all of those things are for this dog, it will flourish, okay? Because it's going to actualize its telos. It's going to fully realize its potential if we provide all of the right conditions for it. And when it fully realizes its potential, or as fully as it can, we would say that this dog is flourishing. It's being the best at being the thing that it is, okay? And it's being uniquely it. The best dog cannot be the worst cat. That is not part of a dog's telos. The way that a dog is designed, or the way that a dog is, does not make it good for the same kinds of things that cats are good for. So if we have a dog that's trying to become a cat, we'd say, you're not being a very good dog here. You're not being very good at being a dog here. That is not part of your telos. Your telos is different from the cat's telos. So in order for you to flourish as the kind of thing that you are, dog, you have to be dog-like. You have to do dog things. You have to get into the right kind of environment where we're going to have you herding cattle and being a part of a pack with your other dogs and learning how to be obedient to an owner. And it's with this kind of lifestyle that you are going to live the good life. You're going to live the best life you can as the thing that you are. Okay? And this is important for Aristotle. Everything has a telos, and everything has a potential to actualize that telos. Okay? So if you think about like an acorn has the potential to become an oak tree. But in order for it to become that oak tree, the acorn can't be confused and think it's a salmon and live like a salmon. The acorn has to be really clear about its acornness. And in order for that acorn to flourish and actualize its potential and live the best life that it has available to it, or live the best life possible for that individual acorn, it has to have the right set of conditions. has to have the right amount of sunlight, has to have the right amount of rain or water, has to have the right kind of nutrients in the soil. And if all of those things are ideal, then each acorn it has the potential to realize its telos and become the best oak tree that it has the ability to become. All right, so this first idea that we really want to get our heads wrapped around is telos. Everything has a design or purpose, and realizing and fulfilling that potential allows things to flourish. And when things are flourishing, they're experiencing the best existence that they have the potential to experience.